Would you look at that? Ah!
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. We are very, very nervous because it's hard to handle the pressure and keep it cool when you are next to an idol. I know you for over, I don't know, 40 years.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. And how do you handle this? I mean, you are the host for so many years, and how do you handle the pressure when you have all those big stars on the show?
Well, you know, it can be difficult. I think I've gotten used to it. You know, that many years. If I'm not good at it by now, I should probably resign. You know, but I have to tell you, I don't really think of myself as a big star. So you should feel very comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty easy frog to get to know.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine you naked, but you are really naked.
I am.
A really kind of disturbing, really.
Not yet. Well, yes, both in truth and kind of figuratively. Yes, I am an open book. I will answer all your questions.
Great.
Yes.
And the other reason we are a little bit nervous is because we are not professional journalists like all the people here today. Okay. And we are not from TV or magazine. We have this website and a group of professional creative people.
Very good.
And it is called Update or Die.
Update or Die?
Update or Die.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Miss Piggy, who says to me, she has a very similar website named Date or Die.
Date or Die.
Yeah, I have no choice. I'm required to read it every day. Yeah, it's a...
It's really good.
I like yours better, I think.
We saw your movie yesterday, and the plot of the movie, it's really Update or Die, right? You have to get all the group all together again and put on a show once again.
We're trying to get the old gang back together again.
We haven't done this in a long time.
Your fans never left you. The world hasn't forgotten.
Yep.
Do you think the Muppets need to be updated, or is more the audience that needs to be updated?
You know what I really think it is? It's a very good question, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm not sure. I have to say that while I try to stay with the times, I mean, I'm in the real world, and just like you every day, you know, and I have my life just like everybody else, and I mean, you do have to keep up with certain things, or you die, you know.
Sure.
I think all us Muppets have always sort of just stayed who we are, you know, you know, we're just normal everyday folks in the world. I mean, when I'm not working, I go back to the swamp. I have my home life, you know. Piggy likes to shop. She has her stuff she does. You know, Fozzie goes back and hibernates in the winter, just like any other bear. So, you know, it's really important. The Muppets have always kind of just been who we are, and fortunately, lots of other people have enjoyed it and laughed at it, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess updating is just a matter of us being, you know, keeping up with the times like we have to do in our lives anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think we should have rented a bigger car?
This is the first release in 12 years.
Yes.
And I was wondering, what were you doing all this time? Were you sort of updating yourself? Are you go online? You have internet connection?
Well, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult. The server, it's very slow there. You know, it's like dial-up. Dial-up, you know.
Oh, really?
And yeah, in the swamp. And plus, it's very wet. And so, you know, your computer gets all messed up and it starts to spark and electricity flies. I had a laptop, didn't work out. I got an iPad for my lily pad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, worked out very well.
And do you have a Facebook account or a Twitter account?
Well, yes and no. One of the things about being a guy who does a big movie like this is that oftentimes you have Facebook pages that other people do for you. So, as they like to say in Hollywood, I have my peeps do that.
Hi-ho, it's your friend Kermit the Frog.
I'm not a very good thumb typer.
Your hands are have a tiny hand.
They just slide right out of my fingers. You know?
I see. I see.
Is that something you'd like?
This is not the first time you have to update yourself, because I read, I'm not sure if it's true, but I read in the beginning, in your early years, you were kind of confused. People thought you were a lizard or something like that. And then you have this color. This color here is really something that you have to wear, or is it part of your body?
Well, no, it's not part of. It's not my skin. This is an accessory.
accessories. So you have
Yeah.
to you can change
Yeah.
the colors depending
can.
on the mood.
I went through a certain time period in the 70s, back when it was, fashionable to have two collars. I had a double collar. I had two sets of points.
Ah,
you know?
okay.
But I sort of like my collar. I think I'm the only person in show business who actually has one of these.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's pretty good.
Let's talk a little bit about your acting.
Okay.
And we are always amazed because you have a very simple body structure. You have
Yeah, yeah.
you have those big eyes,
right.
and you have this big mouth and
Yeah,
a green
yeah.
body, and it's amazing how you can achieve with so little.
Yeah.
You have all the from all the Muppets. You have all these micro expressions in your face. You can do all of it. We think
Yeah.
there's a deep inside of you. There must be a very good actor. Is it
Wow.
true? Is it true?
Well, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. I will say that in the new film, I am playing a very, well, let me explain it to you like this. As you know, I am Kermit the Frog, right?
Right.
And I'm sitting here with you now. But I also play Kermit the Frog in my movies. It gets very confusing.
You play yourself, right?
I play myself.
Yeah.
I play myself. And sometimes I play myself, very much like how I really am, and sometimes not. Sometimes I exaggerate things,
You improvise.
I improvise.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So when it comes time to do those scenes like I did in this movie, some of them are not exactly like who I am in everyday life. They're a little more sad. I had to be very sad in this film.
Oh, really?
And I'm not really a sad guy normally.
You were kind of sentimental in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
scenes when you go all the friends in the hall.
Yeah, very sad, as though I don't ever see my friends anymore, and as though I'm very reclusive, which isn't quite true. So I had to stretch myself as an actor. I had to do all those subtle ways of showing sadness.
Yeah, all the pauses and
Yes,
you did a good job.
Lots of this. Did a lot of.
You know what I like? I like when you freak out. You do like
I do. Sometimes I go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much less subtle.
yeah,
yeah, much easier to do
but
that.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a trademark.
Well, I think so. Like my collar.
Yeah, like your call. And I was wondering, how do you sleep? Your eyes never blink, right?
Oh, well, that's true.
How do you have to put something on?
I sometimes wear a mask.
You wear a mask?
Yeah, well, when I'm in the city and the lights are bright. But when you're in the swamp, it's very dark, so it doesn't matter.
So you don't have to close
Yeah,
your eyes.
us frogs, we actually do blink, but we have transparent eyelids.
Ah, you
Some of
do?
us. Yeah, yeah. That's part of that confusion over being like a lizard in the early years.
Ah, I see.
Lizards have that too.
Ah, yeah, sure.
But it works great for acting, We
Yeah,
did
very expressive eyes.
Yeah, we did a film years ago with Michael Caine, Muppet Christmas Carol, and you'll notice that one of the tips I picked up from Michael is that you never blink when you're in your close-ups. So I never blink when I'm in my close-ups.
Now singing chickens.
Make the most sensitive, distinguished,
Prepare yourselves for head bowling.
What? I have not signed off on this!
celebrity-filled, and sophisticated Muppet movie ever made. Ever.
It's just a final question. It's just to thank you the opportunity to meet you in person.
In Frog.
In Frog,
Yes,
sorry,
yes.
in Frog, to meet you in Frog. And we always ask our guests about their cultural background or their reference about the book they read or a CD that they like.
Yeah.
Do you remember something now that you would like to share about the puppets universe or the internet or
My universe is a very strange universe,
It's the swamp universe?
Yeah, well, it started out with the swamp, but I'll tell you, when you spend all your time doing nothing but sitting on a log staring at the water, it gets very sort of surreal, very sort of cosmic. It's a very deep form of inner meditation. I could sit there for hours and just stare at the ripples in the water. And two things happen: you have a lot of time to reflect on life, and you get very thirsty. Both those things happen.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Watch it!
Jason Segel, Amy Adams, Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, and introducing the newest Muppet, Walter. And the Muppets. Waka Waka.
You've been replaced. Oh, yeah! What's that over there? Oh, what?
So, Kermit, thank you once again. It was a pleasure to meet you in
My
person.
pleasure. It was wonderful to talk to you. And by the way, it doesn't matter. You're very good at this.
No.
Yes, you
it's
are.
very hard to be in your presence here.
You're very good at this.
Cool.
Yeah, you should not consider yourself a non-professional. You're very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you are invited to know us a little bit better if you have the time. You go online.
I would love to.
And you check us out.
Update or die.
Update or die.
Yes.
And everybody there, it's really a fan of you.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you again. And
Wow.
Good return. You have a safe trip to the
Thank
swamp
you.
again.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, and I really enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was fun. Woo. You guys, that was great.
Thank you very much.
Update or die. Oh,
What would we do without the internet?
Take more naps.
Good idea.
Oh.
Why don't you get me started?
I always dreamed we'd be back here.
Dreams? Those were nightmares.
It's time to get things started on a sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppet